it going, guys? Today I'm at Springbrook, basically, Hinsey Dam. Going to explore 3 creeks, see how much time we're going to have today. Just basically topographic lines that look like there could be something. They don't look crazy, but they do look like there will be some sort of at least cascade coming out of them. There's 3 creeks. You've got Pine Creek, Wildcattlecreek, I believe the other one is, and the other one is Big Ben as well. So they all kind of veer off each other. So right now we're at the start of Pine/Big Ben. I don't know which one is actually called this actual starting point, but it'll split and they actually have the different directions further up, and then off Pine becomes Big Ben. So we'll start with, as we were on Wild Cattle, and see which way looks more interesting with the flow. Alright, so I've followed up this Wild Cattle Creek for about half an hour. It's been really flat, nothing eventful. You get to a part where this little trib comes off. It seems to be more, weirdly enough, this trib seems to be more of the main creek, because the other creek where it was supposed to be the main creek was pretty dry. So I veered up this little trib just a little bit. This is the first quote unquote cascade. It's the first thing that actually looks like something. Again, it's nothing awesome. So I'm going to head back down to the junction of Pine Creek, and that one up there looks like it'll be a bit bigger. The only thing that turned me off straight away was that the flow was more stronger on this other creek. So hopefully when I get back up the other Pine Creek that it will be at least decent by the time I get to the actual waterfall. So, you know, sometimes water goes underground, so you never really know. See how we go. Alright guys, so we're on Big Ben Creek now, after Pine Creek's split off. So all up, it's been an hour and a half since I started this morning. So that was basically half an hour up the Wild Cattle Creek, and then half an hour back down it to get back to the junction, and then another half an hour back up to where we are now. So this is going to start getting more and more cascadey, I think, all the way up. The flow's not too bad. It did rain a little bit. It's actually raining a little bit now. It's not been a lot of downfall, but something's better than nothing. The only shitty side for me is that the rock's getting more slippery. But I did go past, like I said, the junction of the 3rd creek, which is where Pine Creek continues by itself. That still has a bit of flow as well. So really there is potential up Pine Creek and up this Big Ben. So we'll get going on Big Ben and see where we get to. Alright guys, so we're about 2 hours in now. So this is 1 hour up the Pine Creek/Big Ben. But we're still on Big Ben, and still flow is okay. Getting more cascades as we go along. There were a couple other smaller ones, nothing super crazy to show you, but there's supposed to be something right at the end. Whether or not the water's still flowing out of the rock at that point will be determined. Alright, so 2.5 hours in and you'll get to this next decent drop. So it's pretty nice size, maybe 10 metres or so. It's flowing alright. I mean, camera's not picking it up amazing, but I mean, it's, yeah, I don't know how well this would flow unless you're in pouring rain, but anyway, still alright. We've got a few more drops to go, I think. Alright guys, so we're at 3 hours in now. Obviously if you didn't do the other creek, you'd save an hour of that, so really only 2 hours. But anyway, still flowing okay. I think it's starting to, it will peter out pretty much soon. I don't expect much more. But the main waterfall below, it was a little bit sketchy to climb, but still doable. It just made it more annoying because it was, you know, a bit wet because it's been raining. Alright, we'll keep going. If there's anything else, I will check in with you. Alright guys, so I'm at the main Pine Creek Falls. It is a nice big drop with about 3 big tiers. Just before it, there was a really narrow, deep gorge canyon. Basically, you could go through the water if you want to go for a bit of a swim, but I managed to kind of scurry the hillside instead. And as I've come over, you'll be looking directly on at this creek. So the creek actually has a trib. Quote unquote, this is the start of the waterfalls on the trib. The other main creek seems to dry up straight away. So you can kind of scurry away once you get to this obvious, where you see this waterfall. You can scurry across and get down to the creek level, then climb back up to get up the waterfall where I'm at now. So I'm on the top of the first tier. This is looking at the middle tier. It's not super flowy, but yeah, it is what it is. The next tier you're about to see in a second looks like it's much bigger and a little bit better. So I will show that in a second. Alright, so you'll get to a fork in the creek just above that big waterfall. Both tribs seem to dry up almost straight away, so I don't know if it's really worth climbing this waterfall. And then there's probably one at the end as well, another little branch off, but being dry and not even flowing a little bit, I feel like I just might turn around. I was considering bashing up this creek and out through the other trip and get to the ridgeline track and going back via the ridge instead of the return by the creek. But the fact that the creek is dry now, I just don't see really the point of doing it. But yeah, anyway, I will get up here a bit closer to the next level here and see what I can see, and I'll make a definitive decision. Alright guys, so about another 15-20 minutes up the creek, you get to this next cascade. This is the biggest one yet. Still flows looking alright, so not too much to complain about. So let's keep going. Alright, this is a decent drop. Better again than the last one. We're only about another, not even 2 minutes past the last waterfall, so we're really starting to get into the topographic line, let's say, area. Still flowing okay. There's a little pool at the bottom. You could swim. It is deep. This looks semi-clear, but not super clear. So I don't know. I feel like it never flows that much to be ever washed out properly, but I could be wrong. Alright, just another waterfall again. It was only about another minute of the other one. And yeah, decent little size. And still flowing with another pool at the bottom. We'll keep going. Alright, so just above the big one there is two more drops. This is the second of the next two. You'll see there's some big logs, and there's a few of them around from the logging eras. So there's one massive one. There's the camera angle, sorry. You can't really see it, it's like kind of blended in there. It's all green mossy, but that is a huge tree. And there's a few more downstream that they've lost and fell into the creek, sadly. Let's keep going. Alright guys, here we are, the top tier of Pine Creek Falls. Now it's taken me 5 hours to get here. That's with doing the other two other creeks first. Obviously if you come straight here, you could, obviously do this quicker. I do recommend definitely doing that last creek, but the big Ben Creek does have that really cool drop at the end, so it's worth doing at least them two. I'm going to try and climb this, I think. If I'm lucky, I'll go out the right hand side to use steeper. And we'll see what's above it. Alright, yeah, a little bit glary here as well, but yeah, now she's trickling, so I'm just going to retrace my steps, sadly. But it's taken 5.5 hours to this point to turn around. I reckon I'll get back within an hour and a half, so probably 7 hours all up. Like I say, if you do this creek separately, maybe you can do them in like 2-3 hours. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. Catch you on the next one. Peace out.